Greetings, programs. Welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews, where apparently we have even more Bumblebee Studio Series figures to go. Just a warning right now, no, I'm not going to be reviewing the whole line unless someone else gets them and loans them to me. Like I've said a few times here and there, but I will reiterate, I'm actually kind of close to being done with collecting, other than just following on Starscream. I'm good with where my collection's at. There does actually come such a point. But one more figure in this line I had to take a look at, and that is Core Class Shockwave. Why is he Core Class? We're getting this part out of the way. I've heard a few different theories as to why they released this figure as Core Class. The idea that they are going to do like just a whole line of, larger characters as core figures in Studio Series, as like almost as like its own side thing to the Studio Series. I've heard that rumor. I hope it's true. They say there's going to be a Voyager of this figure coming out. We'll see. Either way, I really like this little guy. As you can see, he's a, weird space tank that is totally not just a robot laid out on all fours. Yeah, it's a weird little mode. No wheels or anything, just some kind of little skid spots here underneath the treads. But really great sculpted detail all over. I am very impressed with the amount of detail on this little guy. And because of the awkward, use of his head here in the transformation, you actually end up with a fully articulated turret. How few of these small tank figures can actually use their turret correctly? That alone is such a huge win for me on this figure. Like, I love that so much. If you want, also, it is very easy to only partially transform this guy, unpeg a few things, and get him into a, Cyberverse style, kind of crab tank mode. I really do dig the crab tank mode. I'm not going to lie. This is really neat. But just to go over, we're going to go to his robot mode now. So what I did here was I just unpegged these little pegs. And then while this is pegged in, actually, this section, there's a little cutout right there, a little tab sticking out there. And then this is tabbing in right here. So that's how you have it, be correct for everything. Yeah, just go ahead, undo those really quick. Come down here, take this little panel, fold it out, and then bring the legs down. There's actually a hinge like right here that comes out for the tank mode to bring the legs, make the legs wider. So go ahead and straighten that out, bring it down, fold the feet forward. I should have done this earlier, but let's go ahead and unpeg this from the back of his head. This is why I don't often review these smaller figures. They're simple, and so my brain just keeps going with them, even though it's like, wait, slow down. We're supposed to cover things here. But yeah, go ahead, get all that stuff unpegged and out of the way. This will actually come up all the way now, so you can straighten the legs out correctly. This section here will rotate up like that. Bring this up, and it will lock in right there. And there's a tab sticking off the back of this piece here to eventually lock all of this in place. Straighten out the arms. And spin the head around. It is a very very simple transformation. I mean, what do you expect with a core class figure? And it's a Shockwave figure at that. Shockwave always has these like weirdly lazy alt modes anymore. I am not going to complain about that though. I love the way this little guy looks. Really, really well done molding everywhere. Nice little bit of details around the eye for this mode. Again, sculpted detail all over. This thing is just so stinking cool. And then, nice touch with his, the tank turret here. This little piece folds up. And then you can go ahead, technically put this in his hand, but it ends up looking more like his traditional, gun turret arm that at least most versions of Shockwave to have. Fantastic tiny little figure. I cannot get over it. I love this little thing. Yes, it's weird that they gave us a tiny version and not a Voyager, because he did look to be about the same size as Starscream. This figure is about as tall as Starscream's knee. It's still really cool. I love it. I love it so much. It's well articulated. Head can rotate. Sadly, no up or down, just rotation. Ball joint at the shoulders. So you get a rotation there. In and out. A little bit of its own rotation. Rotation actually at the top and bottom of the elbow joint, which really gives you some range, actually. It's kind of impressive how articulated the arms are. Not quite 90-degree bend at the elbow. There is enough, just molded stuff around the elbows that it does kind of interfere a bit. That's kind of the most you're going to get, but it's good enough. Ball joint at the hips, so he can kick forward, he can kick back, he can kick out. You can use that transformation joint if you want to have him do other stuff with his legs. It will also even kind of help to get, deeper split if you want, or at least, help move things around, other parts. Not too much in the way of knee articulation, to be fair, and a bit of little forward, mostly backwards on the foot. And as a bit of a throwback, he's actually got a very slight A stance molded into his feet. So he doesn't stand straight. He's got just a little bit of a wide stance. Even at this tiny little size, he's pulling power moves. And again, I love this thing. It's hard for me to do any kind of true review on this. This is more ArcNeo gushes at a tiny boy that he really, really likes. So, again, I'll keep saying this. I know it's weird that we didn't get a Voyager, at least yet. I don't... I guess if I was doing a diorama or something, I would care. I love this little figure so stinking much. Like, if this was the only version of Shockwave we got from the Bumblebee movie, I'd be okay with that. I'll just headcanon that he had a glitch with his mass shifting or something. Cool, he got stuck tiny going between his, G1, laser gun mode or whatever. It's weird. But it is incredibly well done, and I don't have composure to, just sit here and critique it. It's fun. And it's kind of nice to have a Transformer that reminds you of that once in a while. The collector brain has gone out the window with this thing. I'm just having fun with this little guy. So, and to me, that counts for a lot. So, either way, take my rambly weirdness as you will. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.